Welcome to Sharkie's Gaming Controllers. I'm Sharkie, and in today's video I'll be taking a look at the Hori Dragon Quest Slime Controller for PlayStation 4. Now first, let's take a look at this packaging. So it's really a nice packaging. You can see how clear it is. You can see the slime inside looking very happy. Now on the top here, you've got the PS4 logo saying officially licensed product. And down the bottom here, you've got the Dragon Quest logo with the controller's name, Dragon Quest Slime Controller for PlayStation 4. Now, it seems here that there's a speech bubble that the slime is saying something, but it's in Japanese. I translated this, and basically what it says is, I'm not a bad slime, I'm a wireless controller. So the slime is basically trying to tell you it's a controller, to use it and not to kill it. So it's quite a little funny little speech bubble. Now the top of the box is also clear, so you can see the top of the controller there. The side of the box, you can see also the controller on the side, and there's some text in Japanese down the bottom. Same with the other side, some more text here, and of course you get to see the other side of the slime. And the back, you get to see more of the buttons of the slime controller there, and some more text in Japanese. And this is the same with the bottom of the box, some more Japanese text. So once you pulled out everything from the box, this is what you get. So of course you get the slime controller itself, looking very happy there. You get a micro USB cable. Now this USB cable is 2 meters long, so it should be enough when you need to charge your controller. You get, of course, the stand that comes with this. This is a plastic stand that you can put the slime controller on. It protects the analog sticks of the controller and allows you to stand it up when it's not in use. And you also get the manual. So this is a short kind of fold out manual. So it goes through a few things, goes through the contents, the features, and it also goes through how you connect it to your PS4 console and also the turbo functionalities. So first let's have a look at the stand. So this controller comes with a stand, so that way when you're not using it, it gives it something to rest on, so it protects its analog sticks. So the stand itself is a very simplistic design. It's just a very small plastic stand. It has a Dragon Quest logo on the front there. On the top of it, it has these 2 indents, and of course that's where your analog sticks go. And in the indents, you can actually see some little slimes. It's also got some other indents to protect other functions and buttons of the controller. That's the back of it there, and the bottom. Very simple stand, but it's very handy. So when you're not using the controller, you just simply align the analog sticks up to those grooves and it's slotted into place. This way, when you're not using it and it's sitting on your desk, it's not going to ruin those analog sticks or put any excess pressure on them. And of course, it makes a really nice display piece. It's the back of it. And of course, you can always plug the USB cable in and charge it while it's sitting there as well. So I guess it doubles not only as a normal stand, but you can also use this as a charging stand. Looks pretty cool and makes an awesome display piece. You can have the nice slime looking at you. Looks really cool. So now let's take a look at the Dragon Quest Slime Controller. So first off, straight away, you can see this is shaped like a slime from the Dragon Quest series. It looks pretty cool. It's got a nice kind of smiling face there, its eyes and its mouth, and it's a nice vibrant blue color. So that's the front. That's the side. The back. The other side. The top. And the bottom. Now this whole controller is covered in this like soft rubber texture. It's a really smooth kind of soft feeling. The eyes and the mouth are a slightly different type of rubber. They have a bit different texture to them. But it's a really nice, smooth and soft controller. It's very nice to hold. Flipping this over and having a look at its functions. So first off, you've got 2 analog sticks here. They also click down. And these analog sticks have a nice kind of rubber grip on the top of them, and it feels quite nice. In the center, you've got the turbo button. So this controller features rapid fire functionality. So when you press the turbo button on, you can enable it on the D-pad, the face buttons, the bumpers, and the triggers. So if you like to use rapid fire, you can definitely enable it and use it. So of course it will press that button over and over again. You can also adjust the interval of how often it presses it. You do this by holding the turbo down and either putting the right stick up or down. And this increases or decreases the interval which the turbo fire triggers. So it's a bit more customization with the turbo functionality, so if that's something that you like to use, that might be a really cool feature for you. Now just above the turbo button, you've got the share button, and then the options button. And above that, you of course got the touchpad here, which also presses down. The face buttons here, you got X, square, triangle, and circle. These feel quite nice to press. On the other side of the controller, you've got the D-pad. The D-pad is firm, but it's not too hard. It's actually quite nice to use. Now on the back of the controller, you've got the micro USB port where you can plug this in to your PlayStation to charge it, or any USB port to charge it. You've also got the bumper buttons here, so you've got R1 and L1. These feel quite nice and are very easy to press. Then of course you've got your triggers, R2 and L2. And these have less travel than what you would think they should do compared to the standard PS4 triggers, but they actually feel quite nice and are very easy to use. Now, holding this controller, this thing is big. So that's the first thing you need to know. This is a big controller, and because it's got this kind of curved, rounded shape, it's not like a standard PS4 controller in the slightest. So when you hold it, it almost feels like you're holding a round ball. You can see there how your hands sort of curl around it. So it's definitely not like a normal gamepad. It's not uncomfortable, it's actually quite comfortable to use. I wouldn't go as far as calling it ergonomic, but it definitely feels quite nice. And even though it's quite big, it kind of fills your hands quite nicely, so it's not too big. Like, I can reach all these buttons quite easily. You can hit the triggers, the bumpers, so it's actually quite comfortable. It will probably take a bit to get used to, I would say, but once you're used to it, it would just feel like another gamepad. And it does spread your hands out a bit more, so instead of holding it like a normal grip, like you're gripping onto a controller, this is actually spreading your hands out a little bit more. And like I said, it feels like you're holding a round ball. I know, it's quite nice. It's a nice gamepad. All the functions work very well. Everything's easy to reach. The triggers work very nice. They're very responsive. Buttons as well. Yeah, it's a very nice gamepad controller. And of course you have the added bonus that you have an upside down slime face watching you while you play. Probably silently judging you. I don't know. You can always flip it over and then it'll be happy with you. So this slime controller is a cool novelty controller. It's pretty awesome looking. You can of course very comfortably play with it, but you'd probably put it on display somewhere. It looked pretty cool on a shelf. But of course, this is not the first time that Hori has released a slime controller. They actually made one of these for PlayStation 2. So just to give you a comparison, because the PS4 version is a lot bigger. So this is the PS4 version. Then you've got two PS2 versions. You've got the blue one and the silver one. Now I have done a video of the two PS2 versions, so if you want to check that out, I'll put a link down in the description as well as on the end card of this video. But just look at the size difference between the two of them. So this is the PS2 versions. You get of course the metal slime and the blue slime, and of course the PS4 version. Now if you compare this version, this is the PS2, and if you look at the PS4 side by side, you can see the size difference there, how much smaller this is. And of course they've changed the way the triggers work as well. But it's such a small little controller. So they've really upped their game with the PS4 version and made it a lot bigger. They've also made the stand a bit smaller. So they've made the controller bigger but the stand smaller, where the PS2 version had this really big stand but a small controller. So they've sort of gone in the reverse a bit. But they still look really awesome. And when you compare the PS4 version there to the PS2, it looks really impressive. They've gone with the same sort of design, very similar design. But of course, it's just that slightly bit better, bit bigger, nicer kind of blue coloring, and of course it's got that nice soft rubber feel, and of course all the controls are slightly different, designed for PlayStation 4 versus PlayStation 2. So that was the Hori Dragon Quest Slime controller for PlayStation 4. Overall, it's a pretty cool novelty controller. If you're a Dragon Quest fan or a Slime fan, this should definitely be in your collection. And of course, it is a gamepad, so if you want to use it as your primary controller, you could easily do so. It is quite large, but it is comfortable. It might take a bit to get used to, but once you're used to it, you'll be away. You could quite easily play all your PS4 games with this gamepad. And of course, if you didn't want to use it as a controller, you can of course use this as a display piece. Just pop it on its stand and sit this on a shelf somewhere. It looks pretty awesome. And you've got that nice smiley face of the slime looking at you. It's pretty cool. Hori's done a good job. Overall, they have improved it over the PS2 version. They've made it bigger. They've added all the PS4 controller functionality to it. So it's pretty cool all round. Definitely a collector's item. Anyway guys, if you like this video, then please hit that like button as it helps out a lot. Feel free to subscribe as I'll heaps more gaming controllers up very shortly. While you're at it, hit that notification button and share this video with your friends. If you would like to support my channel, then go ahead and click the join button down below and become a channel member. You'll get monthly perks, and of course the extra support helps me out a lot. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.